guys, welcome back to another day with Money, Finance, Freedom, your ticket to financial freedom. Today we're going to be talking about 5G stocks. Now, either people are really happy about 5G or they're worried that it's going to cause long-term health problems. The jury is still out on that one. For me, I'm looking to the upside. I'm looking at all the benefits that it's going to have. It's going to help me download videos like this one. It's going to help me use my phone like a computer. It's going to help me in my overall daily life. I will wait for the scientists to tell me whether or not it's safe or not, but for the most part, I'm going to be using the benefits of 5G, and about 90% of the world is probably just going to be looking towards the benefits. We usually overlook those drastic things like the health problems and the cancers that a lot of people are saying that it might cause. But for now, everybody is saying that it's okay. We're going to start using it and we're going to start making money off of it as well. Now, we're looking at the S&P 500 at the time of this filming. It's doing pretty well. We're going to continue to see this bullish market going up, but we want to talk about the different 5G stocks and how they're either going to go with the market, exceed the market, or maybe underperform the market. The first stock we're going to talk about is the AT&T ticker symbol. Now, they actually just go by T, not AT&T. Many people make this mistake and invest in the wrong stock. So make sure when you're searching these stocks, you use the right symbols. As we remember from the pandemic, people invested in the wrong Zoom company as it was shooting up. They actually put money in the wrong company, and they had to put a stop on trading for the wrong company because it shot up by so much. Now, I'm sure the owner of that company was stoked to see their stock rise so much in one day, but again, we're going to have big losses the following day. So we want to talk about AT&T today. Now, AT&T is our standard for 5G. They've been around for a very, very long time. Not only have they been a company that grows and changes throughout the year, but they actually offer a 7% dividend. Now, we'll be talking about dividend stocks in the future, but this is actually one of the best returning stocks that we can talk about. Now, a company that offers a 7% dividend doesn't have a lot of room for growth. So if we look at the last year of this stock, we're going to see that it's basically traded sideways or had a large drop. So we saw it trading at about $40 a year ago. And then if we look back 3 years, we can see the same pattern. So why does the company go up and down and up and down? Well, the reason behind this is a lot of these cell phone companies merge, they break up. We know that AT&T, Sprint, Verizon, T-Mobile, they've all either been together at one point or they've broken apart. Now, AT&T is one of the largest conglomerates in the world. They actually used to own some of the other cell phone coverage companies, but now they do not. They have broken up. They don't want to be a monopoly. They want to make sure that there's competition out there. So we have Verizon, T-Mobile, and Sprint. So that is why we see this cyclical pattern up here. The other reason is the ability of AT&T to adapt to new changes. Now we know that AT&T offers Wi-Fi, cable, internet, which is Wi-Fi, sorry about that, but they offer a lot of services. AT&T is, again, one of the largest companies in the world, and the reason they're able to offer a 7% dividend is because of the stability in their company and their overall ability to bring in profits. Now, some might tell you that their dividend is a little bit high. It puts their overall share at risk. Those people would be correct. Offering a 7% dividend is really hard to stay true to. If you're not able to pay it out, then it becomes really, really hard to make your investors, your shareholders, happy. But we're going to talk about the upside for AT&T. We see this 3-year cyclical. We're going down, we're going up, and we're going back down. And we can actually follow this pattern. Now, I'm not saying AT&T is going to shoot back up to 40 shares, but we do know that we're almost at an all-time low over the last 3 years. Now, if we're looking right around here, we're going to see another large dip. That would have been probably our best entry point. But again, that's at a low $28, and right now we're at a high $28. So if we're looking for long-term gains, there's still a lot of room for growth here. Now, with AT&T, I want to talk about their advancements in 5G. It's obvious. It's going to be primarily in their cell phones, but also in their internet. So how 5G works, 5G technology is basically technology that is expected to deliver latency and capacity enhancements that will help enable revolutionary new capabilities for consumers and businesses. AT&T is one of those businesses. So They're going to be helping us download movies, music, anything we want onto our computer, even stream videos like this one on YouTube. Now, with AT&T, they don't just offer 5G for their phones, they also have it for the computers. But today we're going to be focusing on their phones because, as we all know, we're all hooked to our phones. We're on them every day. We've got anywhere from 4 to 10 hours of screen time a day. I don't know how it's possible, but we're on them 24/7. So with AT&T, they're going to have this next-gen 5G technology. It's not only going to help us with our cell phones, like I said, it's going to help us in daily life. It's going to help us download and connect faster, no matter what we're doing. With their dynamic spectrum of sharing live in-portion network, they're going to be talking about this a lot. It's going to help them with their internet in-home. So they've been growing in this industry a lot, which has caused a lot of capital, a lot of expansion. So that's actually why we've seen a little bit of a drop-off in their stock in the last few years. But this is a good thing. As the company grows, it kind of has a falling off because they're missing quotas, they're missing earnings. But as they solidify, as their in-home Wi-Fi branches start to develop, they're actually going to see a slow rise in stock as well. So as that balances off, coupled with 5G internet and 5G connection, we're going to see an overall boost in their stock over the next few years. Now, finally, this is a really big thing. Now, they talk about edge computing here, but we want to primarily focus on the 5G. We've all been working from home for quite a long time now, and we have all been using our computers, whether it be for Zoom meetings, Cisco meetings, whatever we need to be doing at home. We're using our computer, we're using our connectivity to the world from home, and 5G is going to boost this as well. The business world is going to accelerate very rapidly using 5G. We're going to be able to use it on things like airplanes. We're going to be able to use it across the world, anywhere we want. You know, until Tesla's Starlink pops up, this is probably going to be the best option we have. Side note, if you don't know anything about Starlink, give it a good look up. It's a pretty good topic to talk about. Obviously not something you can invest in, but something that a lot of the Tesla people love to talk about. Now, back to 5G. So we've talked about AT&T. This is our straightforward stock. They offer high dividend. We have room for growth in their overall charts, and we're looking for a boost in this company. The next one I want to talk about is a little bit different. It's not about the 5G service, it's about the 5G components. And that is Qualcomm. So Qualcomm is a stock that I've held for quite a long time. I'd like to take a quick pause here and let everybody know, again, this is my opinion. This is not advice or financial advice that you should abide by. Please do your own research. All right, back to the video. So Qualcomm, it's a stock that I've held for a long time. As you can see, it's doing really well. We're going to take a look back at the last 120 to 180 days of Qualcomm. Again, this is the trend we're focusing on at this time period. We want to see that upward trend with Qualcomm. Why? Because they're constantly getting new contracts for their services. What are those services? Well, it's manufacturing the the components within our devices that we need to use 5G. Now, Apple, Samsung, all of these different creators, Microsoft, all of these different creators that are using 5G, they need these specialized components enabled to harness its abilities. Now, Qualcomm creates a lot of those components, and we're going to talk about some of them today. With Qualcomm, we've seen an upward trend. It is a solidified company. It's not something that you have to be worried about investing your money into. Basically, you can put your money in anywhere, and it's most likely going to trend up in the long-term period. And that's what we're focused on with these 5G stocks. 5G isn't going to revolutionize the world this year, next year, or even in the next 5, but it will slowly start affecting us overall. Eventually, 5G is just going to be normal. It's going to be part of our everyday life, but over the next 5 years, we're going to see some steady growth from it. Now, Qualcomm is going to benefit from that. They've already signed a couple contracts. They've lost a couple contracts because companies are moving in another direction, trying to manufacture their own processors, chips, everything inside their device. And with that, they don't need Qualcomm as much, but Qualcomm has so many other device contracts that they're going to be just fine. Now, we're going to take a look at their website real quick. So we're going to take a look at Qualcomm, and all they're doing is they're sponsoring the idea of if you use a phone, then we've got the devices, we've got the connections within your phone to make 5G work. So they're going to talk about the 5G performance and that Qualcomm's Snapdragon 5G mobile platform features, blah, 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 blah. Basically, all it means is that within their devices, they have the new technology needed for 5G. They're going to give it a catchy name like Snapdragon. They want to talk about 5G, being mobile, all of that, because again, we're all on our phones all the time, and this is what people are focusing on. Now, again, breakthrough coverage, global roaming, all-day battery life, and unmatched data speed. So these are the benefits of 5G. Taking new components, making things smaller, making them more efficient. That is the future of technology. It always has been, it always will be. We started with these big bulky phones and we're getting down to really, really small, really thin phones. Even Apple, they're coming out with iPhone minis again, which basically look like an iPhone from 4 or 5 years ago. But we're trying to get smaller, faster, better, and stronger, and 5G is doing all of that for us. Now, again, we'll look back at Qualcomm. We see these dips and dives every now and then with Qualcomm. We have an overall uptrend. We're going to take a look at the, sorry about that, we're going to take a look at the last 10 days of Qualcomm, a little bit more zoomed in. Now, every graph I look at for Qualcomm, it has the same trend. It could be 5 days, 10 days, 20 days, 180, or even 3 years. We're going to see a general uptrend with the company. Now, we don't have a lot of room in this company. It's not volatile, so we don't want it. We're not thinking about getting 50% returns on our money from this company in the next few years, but a steady growth of 5, 6, 7%, that's going to be a great return for investing in 5G. And that's what you should be looking at for all of these stocks. The last stock, however, is a little bit more on the fringe. We started with a safe play of AT&T, where no matter what, you're going to get a 7% dividend, hopefully as long as they're paying out. Qualcomm, which has had great growth over the last 3 years, even a decade. And then finally, we have Inseego. Now, Inseego is a little bit similar to Qualcomm in the fact that it is going to be producing smaller processors and chips and things within the devices themselves, but also the things within them. They're more of a manufacturer. Now, when we're looking at Inseego, you can see it doesn't have that trend like Qualcomm has. It is a little bit of a younger company. It has a lot more volatility, and it doesn't have that growth that we like to see up from the bottom left of the chart to the top right. We want to see an overall positive trend in these companies, but like I said, Inseego is smaller. It doesn't have as much foundation built around it, and that's why we see this volatility. Now, with volatility means possibly growth. The stock is trading around anywhere from $15 to $20, honestly. It can go up and down a lot. We've seen it as low as 8 in the last year. Well, let's focus on their future. Now, Inseego is expected to actually stay within the $10 to $20 range. If we look at Yahoo Finance, they're actually predicting a 1-year target of $13.75. Now, I believe this is because Inseego has yet to prove themselves as a company that can get contracts and produce, hit quotas. But if we see long-term, mid-term, short-term, all with a positive green arrow. Now, again, don't use Yahoo Finance for your research, guys. Actually look into the company. I've done a little bit of that for you. Inseego is a small cap company, but it has a lot of room for growth. Is it going to be a Qualcomm someday? I don't think so. It is going to be a company that we could see double our money potentially. It could go up to $25, $30 a share. That's where I'm hoping for this company. But realistically, I'm looking more for the low 20s on this stock. Now, I'm in on this stock. I've been in it for a while. I've been investing with or for 5G for a long time now. And I looked into this stock quite a long time ago. It's something that I think could eventually take off to a $4 or $5 gain for me. It's already gone up just a little bit for me in the past few months. And I've been noticing a relative trend here. Now, we saw these breakthrough lines. We saw these. We saw the stock hold. It fell a little bit, but it held overall, and then it came shooting back up. I'd like to see that same pattern again, right? So bounce around a little bit, take off for a couple dollars. It's only going up about $1 or $2 here, but that's fine with me, right? I only need a couple dollars out of this investment to get a large return, since again, I'm only investing in a stock that's about that $10 to $20 range. That's where I see the most growth, but again, it's where I see the most risk. So remember guys, with these 5G stocks, we have anything from very safe plays like AT&T and Qualcomm to these new companies that are trying to harness the technology and make profits out of it, like Inseego. Do your own research, but first, make sure you like and subscribe to this video so I can do it for you. Now, we've all been on YouTube for quite a long time here looking for stock advice. My goal is to produce videos that you want, so please comment what videos you would like to see next. If 5G doesn't work for you, tell me what you're interested in. Now, I do plan on doing a couple more videos on solar power, EV, and all of the dividend stocks that we're going to be looking at in the future. But again, please comment below, like, subscribe, and most importantly, hit that alert button so that I know you guys want more content like this.